Hello and welcome to Wow Wednesday. Wow, yeah, I was just so excited that I just want to say wow right away. So if you haven't watched last week's video, I highly recommend you do so because I shared with you a really fun tool to get us started on you know, your journey towards falling in love with yourself a little bit more, or even just start. So today, though, I want to talk about time. You know, we get so busy in life where we go, 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 we got to clean and we got to, the kids got to, do this and that and work and, just things just keep, you busy. And if we don't stop and pause for a minute, life can just kind of get out of control and you feel almost like you're on a hamster wheel and you're like, what? So today we're talking about taking time or making time so you can fall in love with you. So when was the last time you took yourself on a date? Now, I'm not saying you need to leave the house because, after a long day, you might not want to, or you don't have to every time. And shouldn't even say have to. But again, I've said that self-love, the self-love practice it is a practice. It's about doing what feels right to you, just like yoga practice. So it's about taking time and making time for you, whichever way that feels right to you. Maybe once a month you get out of the house. I actually love having me nights. Sometimes I fall out of the habit of doing it, but I actually, it was like once a week. I was always doing me nights. And to be honest, I have fallen out of that. So this video here is reminding myself to practice what I preach. And right after this video, I will be putting down some me dates in my day timer as well. But the big one is scheduling it in. If you've ever followed me, you know that I'm a big believer of if you put it in the calendar, it gets done. Or at least it's more likely to get done. And if you're lost on what to do on your me nights, I talk a lot about self-care, and I have a blog that even is linked to a self-care 101 guide, because in my opinion, not all self-care activities are equal. And again, it's about doing what feels right to you. So I have a guide. So if you're lost, please look at those resources. I'll try to remember to put the link in with this video as well. But it is a resource for you here. And because self-care gets used a lot around here. And I've learned that it's not just, go do something for you. It really does need to fill you up. And it's about, again, things I talk about, lead with love. So if you need to love it, it needs to make you smile to really fill you up. So that's a starter, but it's about making time. So again, scheduling it in. And because, like I said, if we're busy, so busy that life is just go, go, go. Like there are days or weeks where I'm like, I go to my husband, I'm like, it's Friday already? Like what happened? We got to slow it down and check in. And if you're finding yourself in the go, go, go state, you're not leaving time to get to know yourself. Think about back when you were first start dating. Like you couldn't get enough of each other, right? Like you just wanted to see each other all the time. And I now even know now, like I've been married for, oh my goodness, 6 years. And I think about that. And we've known each other for over a decade. And we've dated for been together for over a decade now. And there's times where like we have to keep in check. We're like, even like this week, we're going out on a date. And like out because we always have date nights every Friday. And again, it's just inside because, getting a babysitter every week's a little too much sometimes. But we do know that we need to actively go out of the house too and just get away from all the house and the kids and just everything in life and just unplug and just be together. The same thing goes for us. So like when you first start your self-love journey and practice and just, get to know yourself, you might just be focused on that a lot. But then it gets, I don't want to say stale, but it gets comfortable. And you're in the flow. It's just everyday life. Or then sometimes life takes over and you do other things and you forget about that relationship. Every relationship does need to take a little bit of effort. I don't want to say work, but effort. We need to be mindful of the relationship. How's it going? Are we spending any time on it? So today, I would really love you to encourage you to look at your own relationship with yourself. How much time are you allowing to just be with yourself, to get to know yourself? Because creating a deeper, loving relationship with yourself does need space to grow and flourish, right? Any relationship does. And like I said, with my husband, we're constantly, not constantly, but there's times where it's like, whoa, like we have more of a roommate situation going on where it's like, let's reconnect here. And the same again goes for ourselves, our relationship. So it's doing that check-in and be like, whoa, like we need to regroup and really get back to the relationship and really, focus on it and send it some extra love. So maybe give yourself, go on a date with yourself this week. We do these once a week videos. So you have a week to figure out, like, do you want to go out with yourself? If you feel uncomfortable going out with yourself in a restaurant, start with asking yourself why. Do you think people are going to judge you? Do you feel uncomfortable? I actually love going out with myself. So there was a time where I would hate if, like, say I was meeting up with somebody and they'd be late. And then I started going, especially since becoming a mom, I honor and love the time I have with myself so much. So I bring a book everywhere I go. So I do these things in town called self-love meetups. And so I bring a book just in case people don't show up or if people are late. And there's times where people don't show up. And I actually have like this beautiful date night with myself. So that's where it really started, being out. And that's how I know I feel so comfortable being out by myself. And yes, people might look at you weird or whatever, but that's okay. As long as you're enjoying yourself, grab a good book. It's really amazing. Enjoy the food that you eat. Sometimes when we're with somebody else, we don't even pay attention to what we're eating. We're just in deep conversation. And so just, if you don't feel comfortable, ask yourself why. And maybe you don't want to go out for like a lunch or a supper by yourself. Start with a coffee. Have a coffee by yourself. And then also, you can also do date nights in. So what I said is I had a me night, and it was every Tuesday. Like I said, I've kind of gotten away from it, but like I said, I promise I'm going to put it in my own calendar. And I would just do something for me. I love chick flicks. So I'd watch one and something, my husband wouldn't like. I would just do whatever I felt like in that moment. When you schedule it in, you don't always have to put down what you're going to do at that time. You just need to say, like, this is me time. It could even just be journaling every night for 10, 15 minutes to get your thoughts. What are you feeling? What's going on? How was your day? Just checking in. It could be as simple as, if you're not meditating at all, including a 5-minute meditation throughout your day. Again, I don't want to throw all these ideas crazy out in your face, because again, it's a practice and it's about doing what feels right to you. And I've said it before, like, we can lean on other people's practices until ours feels stronger. Like, it's like yoga. I had to find my own yoga voice, or my own, what felt right to me. And then I can go out and do and continue practicing. So do what feels right to you. But the big one is, this is the big but, is allow that time and space for yourself. So I hope today I've encouraged you and inspired you to just find some time in your day, put down the cell phone, close up your computer. I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying for like 5, 10 minutes, half an hour, and just do something for you. And again, it does mean, like, it's also about allowing space. So I don't want to say, like, just watch movies all the time. The allowing space to create a deeper, loving relationship with yourself also means that you need to quiet yourself down. And I do recommend grabbing a journal, starting a journal. You don't have to write it in every night if that doesn't feel right to you, but let it be your best friend. Let it be your voice through your self-love journey as you fall in love with yourself more. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take time for you. You matter. You deserve it. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.